Let's face it, not every property needs a professional photographer to snap photos. The reality is your smartphone can take really high quality photos that you can use for your listings. However, a simple point and click will not give you the perfect shot every time. Photography is an art form and it is a skill that must be developed. Emmanuel here, and today we're talking about how to shoot really great property photos using your smartphone. With the advancement in smartphone technology, you can actually use your phone to take really high quality shots on the go. This is essentially important if you need content to share on your social media, but more importantly, if you need to take property photos and you're kind of on a budget. My goal with today's video is to help you shoot better quality photos using your smartphone. Like always, I've done a ton of research and I've tried my best to condense it down into a short video with essentially 11 points. All I ask in return for this valuable information is that you click the like button. You know it helps out the video, it helps out the channel, and thank you so much in advance. All right, tip number one is actually pretty straightforward, and that is to start with a good smartphone. Smartphone camera quality has actually enjoyed a pretty big leap in terms of technology over the past few years. That being said, if you're gonna go with a smartphone to use for your property photos, then I highly recommend with going something a little bit newer, maybe something that's no older than 2 years. And if you're looking for some of the best quality photos, then I highly recommend either going with the Apple iPhone, a Google Pixel, or one of the Samsung Galaxy phones. Tip number two is to always be aware of your image's composition. Every room is different and there is no particular formula for shooting. The main way to get the best composition is simply just to walk around the room and look at different angles and vantage points to figure out what you need to highlight and what you need to focus. Your photos should show relationships between rooms or large elements within a house. For example, if you're shooting a kitchen and there's an island that's connected to a dining room, you're gonna wanna try to take a shot of the adjoining rooms connected through that island. Also, typically the best angles of a room are in the corners of a room. This allows you to make the space look as large as possible and also provides the viewer with an estimate of the room size. Tip number three is to hold your phone properly. To the uneducated, holding your phone at arm's length and snapping the shot is not the best practice. Instead, you're gonna wanna hold your phone closer to your chest with your elbows tucked inward. This provides for better photo stabilization. And since we're talking about photo stabilization, then let's move on to tip number four, which is to invest in a tripod. Having a steady camera does wonders for your photography, and that is where a tripod comes in. There are actually a bunch of really inexpensive tripods on Amazon, so I highly recommend just doing a simple search for smartphone tripod and then just checking out one of the really great results. And if you don't have a tripod, then you're definitely gonna wanna try to prop your phone up to something stable while taking that shot. Tip number five is to use natural light. Do not use a camera's flash. It is a bad idea. Natural light always looks better in photos. So if you're shooting indoors, try your best to open up the blinds, open up the windows, and try to get as much natural light into that room as possible. This creates a more favorable and airy photo and also lends a little bit more authenticity to the composition of the photo. I should also add that natural light does diffuse the shadows, so it gives a viewer the feeling that they're actually in that space. Tip number six is to choose your focus. Whether it be a small piece of furniture or the farthest point in a room, every room has a focal point. Here's a pro tip. Have you ever heard of the rule of thirds? It's a basic photography rule that states that you have to divide your photo into 9 equal parts. Here's a quick example on the video. The main idea here is that you want to make your focal point meet at the intersecting horizontal and vertical lines. Your phone has the feature to turn this on and off, so just make sure you check your settings. Tip number 7 is to try your best to include wide angle shots. Nowadays, most smartphones have wide angle capability. Otherwise, you can always buy an attachment online, defer to Amazon. We recommend using an 18mm lens or attachment to get the best quality photos. Wide angles give your room more depth while still focusing on the main elements. There are times where you need a broad focus, like for example, a large room, and that is when this wide angle does come into play. And while we're talking about angles, let's move on to tip number 8, which is to utilize a sense of depth. While you want to make sure that your photos look clean and simple, you're also going to want to make sure that you're utilizing the relationship between rooms on your photos. Tip number 9 is all about getting low. That means whenever you're trying to take photos, you're always going to want to try to take the mid-torso or lower. Ideally, the best photos for rooms are taken taken about 40 inches above the ground. This allows the space to look a lot more open and the images to look a lot more magazine style. Tip number 10 is to always shoot in landscape mode. That means turning your phone horizontally instead of vertically. Not only does this give your photos a wider angle, it also makes your photos look like they were shot by a professional photographer. And finally, let's talk about tip number 11, which is to utilize your photo editing apps. One of the perks about taking photos with your smartphone is that it's easy to process the images right after taking them. There are a ton of downloadable apps in your app store that help improve an image's composition, color, or contrast. So I highly recommend playing around with those. And there you have it, 11 tips for shooting property photos using your smartphone. To close, I just want to end with photography is a skill that takes repetition to master. So I highly recommend you practice daily, and over time, you're gonna see a ton of improvement. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon, and you'll get notified for future videos. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.